Good evening, y'all. Welcome back to my jiu-jitsu journal entry for the night. Tonight, I'm going to start the talk and the journal entry with ideas relating to the last video, good versus great, where I was discussing what subset of variables or what single variable is going to make someone great versus good. And I've heard, a lot of opinions, through my own personal research via podcast, YouTube, wherever I'm able to go and get someone's opinion who's a high-level athlete. And something that rung true to me today, when I went into class, I asked my coach, Coach John, hey, what do you think the differences between good and great athletes are? And he told me sacrifice. And sacrifice encapsulates a lot of variables or a lot of ideas in the sense of, you sacrifice things for your diet. You sacrifice time to train. And I feel like this might be the variable it is. I've heard, if I recall, I'm not speaking for him, this is just how I remember it being heard from my point of view, and I would never speak for him. I remember watching a Gordon Ryan podcast, and he was saying that a lot of high-level athletes from his point of view don't have the sacrifice, and they don't sacrifice like it is a professional sport. They train like it's a hobby, and they're not training to how he thinks a professional should train. Because there was a time in his career where he didn't take a vacation for 3 years so he could win ADCC. And I don't have access to all these high-level athletes' mindsets and how they're training. But there is a reason he's above. He's so far ahead. And is it his sacrifice, the sacrifices he made to eat, to train, to drill, to accomplish everything he's set out to do? And this all ties back to, am I ready for that level of sacrifice? I'm training 3-4 days a week because I work the other days. We all got responsibilities, and it's, how can I orient my schedule to start that sacrifice? And sometimes it's not even about how, you just start doing it, because in reality, most of the time we kind of already know the answers, and you ask these questions to get validation, to maybe attempt to try what you know to be true. And that's just really that idea there. It's just like, am I ready for that level of sacrifice? Because like I said, it's fun to just be as great as you can every day, to come in and hone your skills and hone your body, hone your mind. And so many factors in your life go into how you are going to perform. Your sleep, do you feel like you're being, are you living a fulfilling life outside of jiu-jitsu as well, that, spirals in? Because I'm sure if you had a bad day, jiu-jitsu could make you have a better day, but are you performing, what percent are you really performing at? You slept 4 hours the next night, what percent are you really performing at? That's for you to decide. Then I'm just going to augment these thoughts with a complete lateral shift of idea. And this is going to be like an intention while rolling. Some days in class, I'm talking shit to some classmates, for fun. We're just getting along. Like, man, I'm going to bring it today. I'm going to bring it today. The days where I've said I'm going to bring it on them, I don't bring it at all. If anything, I feel like I perform lower. And I feel like this is tied into expectation. Intention and expectation are tied together. When you set the intention, you by default almost create an expectation. When I say I'm going to bring it, I expect to bring it. But if I do anything less of where I thought I was going to be, I feel like I failed and I didn't bring it. But on days where I just start the rolls and I'm just looking to have fun, I just naturally bring it. I'm going for a rear naked choke and they're tapping with just one arm because I wasn't even worried about this, the full locked-in submission. But there's days where I'm like, I'm gonna bring it, and I've got the full locked-in submission, and just everything's wrong about it, and they're not tapping. because it's not an effective technique. You didn't apply it at the right time. You applied it too soon because you were so focused with this expectation, an idea that you set at the start of the class that I'm gonna bring it, and when you don't bring it, it's like, damn, that hits you. So yeah, maybe be mindful of your expectations and your intention for the class. So today was no-gi endurance at our school, and I did film some rolls, and I haven't got to watch them all back yet, but if any of them are within frame the whole time and I'm not gonna get copyright strike because of the music we're playing in the background, I'll upload it. I may just upload them all with no audio if there's gonna be an issue with clearing it, into the algorithm without getting a copyright strike. And I'll either get those uploaded tonight or the following days, maybe one a day or something, or two a day or something, to keep some steady content coming out for y'all. But that's really all I had to talk about tonight. Still really just thinking about these ideas myself, and if y'all have any opinions on intensity, or if you still have any opinions on what that variable is that sets good versus great, and not intensity. I mean, if you have any opinions on intention and expectations, like what do you do for yourself? What expectation are you setting for yourself in class? What is your intention for the day? What are you looking to achieve outside of the set program your teachers have set for you? And that's just for you to think about, okay? So have a good night, y'all. I hope y'all are staying safe and not staying injury free, and you're getting your training in, and you're learning, and you're having a good time. All right, good night, y'all.